Christmas Vacation. This marks the first of a pair of films by John Hughes on our countdown, most noticeably taking place in the northern Chicago suburbs, as Hughes had done with many of his other feature films, focusing in on that area. Most notably the fictional town of Shermer, Illinois, which is a tribute to the original name of Northbrook, Illinois, Shermerville, named after an early settler who donated the land for the first railroad station. But by the 1920s, residents felt that the name had such a bad reputation that they decided to rename it, settling on Northbrook. The film is based on Hughes' own short story that was submitted to National Lampoon magazine in December of 1980, entitled Christmas 59, which later gets its own homage in the film when Clark finds an old film reel labeled the same. Interestingly enough, this film wasn't universally titled when it was released in theaters, and the UK version was promoted as National Lampoon's Winter Holiday. But whatever, on with the story. Christmas Vacation is the third film in the National Lampoon's Vacation series, focusing on Chicago residents, the Griswolds, who up until this point viewers had only seen the majority of their larks on the road. So this is their first go-round with a family-orientated insanity primarily in their own home, revolving around the leader of the pack, Clark W. Griswold.
You're the last true family man.
And his obsession to have a good old-fashioned family Christmas. After all, Clark only wants the best experience that he can give to his family, and he doesn't settle for that tree lot stuff and simply drives out to the wilderness to cut down his tree. Although the last time I checked, I don't remember seeing any mountains anywhere near Chicagoland. So either Clark drove the family way to another state, or this is just a cinematic error. Either way, the family's getting into the spirit of the season by trekking out in the snow and getting their tree.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
And Clark giving everything he has into decorating his home for the holiday.
250 strands of light, 100 individual bulbs per strand for a grand total of 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights.
And after failing several times, finally gets his house to light up. And since then, this house has become an inspiration to home decorators nationwide for those who want to have the biggest and best Christmas lights display, just like their idol, Mr. Clark W. Griswold. Unfortunately, unlike some of the homes in the Chicagoland area that actually still stand, this one never has. In fact, it wasn't even filmed in Illinois. It's actually part of the Warner Brothers backlot in Burbank, California, known as Blondie Street, which has been featured in several other movies, like Lethal Weapon, and TV shows like Bewitched. Nevertheless, it would seem like all this decorating and everything was anything but family fun, and more of a distraction for Clark it would seem, as he waits out to see if he gets his big Christmas bonus from his boss, so he can fulfill his dreams of putting in a pool in his backyard. Unfortunately, Clark's boss turns out to be a Scrooge, who ironically enough played the dad of a Scrooge, who himself was a Scrooge, in the movie Scrooged. And sadly, for Clark, like a moth to a flame, Cousin Eddie shows up sight unseen to add to the holiday happiness of having your family all around you. The fighting, the subtle small talk, and let's not forget, dumping raw sewage in the sewer. It would be an understatement to say that Christmas Vacation is a must for any holiday movie marathon. So many great things have been said about this flick that it's really hard for me to add anything else. Forget the fact that it's a Christmas movie, it's a solid sequel that's characters have lasted the test of time, pushing well on into the future some 20 years after its initial release. Check in next time as we take a look not too far away from where the Griswold's home takes place, as we look in on another John Hughes Christmas classic.
Do you hear it? It's a funny squeaky sound.